Welcome to Temple Emmanuel if it's your first time for Rosh Hashanah Day, the head of the year. Today is the first of Tishrei. It's the first day in the first month of our Jewish calendar, and it's commemorating the sixth day of the creation of the human being, of man. Today, I have a message about time, and it's about time. It feels like time is standing still since October 7, 2023. I remember so clearly that early morning of Simchat Torah. I woke up early to go to temple when I heard the horrible news. I immediately called my family and friends, trying to digest the unthinkable as I was making my way to the temple. And I asked one of my close friends, what message would they want me to pass to you all? And it was the message of love and patience. I also remember the FIU student. Do you remember that, Joy? The FIU student who came to visit, not realizing that the day he chose to learn about the Jewish people was the day we needed him most. My spontaneous sermon was directed just at him, pleading with him to carry a message to the world, especially in the college campuses, to let the world know who we truly are. Time stopped, frozen by the cold reaction of our pain and suffering, living in a constant state of disbelief of the cruel behavior of the civil world, and their support of the dark evil that eventually is also out there to get them. The bombs that exploded in our faces are the anti-Semitism that was hiding all along, underground in the hate tunnels in people's hearts. And a year later, our scars cannot heal yet, while there is still so much ongoing suffering. The mind is imagining how it must be like being deep down in a tunnel, somewhere in Gaza, hardly able to breathe, or hiding in a safety room in Israel while bombs are constantly flying over you. We stand still with our hearts torn to pieces, shedding oceans of tears as the news of the 101 remaining hostages is delayed during to the long-lasting war on all fronts, with non-stop notices of injured soldiers and constant casualties. How can we move forward to welcome this new year when we're still in mourning? Rosh Hashanah it started last night at sunset. And it had the belief that today, when we wake up, the sun will rise. And so it did. Kohelet is one of the Ketuvim, the writings of the Bible. We can find good advice from the words of Kohelet. He was the son of David, king of Jerusalem. As king, he has experienced everything and done everything. Kohelet states that the only good is to partake at life in the present moment. He suggests that human beings should enjoy the simple pleasures of the daily life, which are the gifts from the hands of God. Everything is ordered in time, and people are subject to time. There is an interpretation of Metzudat David to the wisdom of King Solomon, and I'm going to read it in Hebrew. Lechol zman ve'et, lechol chefetz tachat hashamayim. A season is set for everything, a time for every experience under heaven. Time belongs to us all. Time is giving and exists and is in our space and shared by the entire world. We have no control over the space called time itself. Metzudat David claims that the first part of the sentence means that nothing comes by chance except time. And the second part is about time for every object or experience. Here the situation is already changing. Here it is something that seems to be under control. You can phrase it a little differently for the sake of understanding. A time for everyone who desires, for everyone who has a will. Time is neither accidental nor uncontrollable like time. Time is here and now, or in the word we know today, timing, seizing the right moment. We can understand this concept better from the world of music. We can think that in order to create a harmony, it is important to maintain proper timing. Imagine that you are a talented violinist in a philharmonic orchestra. Your role in the orchestra is principal violinist. Until it's your turn, you play with everyone. Then the conductor turns his wand and gazes at you. And then it's your time. You play and everyone is silent. You have a minute of everyone's attention from the conductor, from the audience, and also from the orchestra. This is the time when you have the opportunity to play alone, and one instrument is heard. At this time, you can influence feelings and actually able to excite. Please make an impression in this concert hall. And if you broadcast live, the impression can and will reach the entire world. Man is in the space of time created by the Creator, like heaven and earth. The person, as part of the rest of the people, is affected by time. It can be a player like the other player, but it can also be the first violinist for a minute or two. It can operate in the space of time at the right time and leave an impression on the entire world. It can go out of his way and make his own sound. To do so, we must use. What do we have to use? Our voices. Get up and just do it. Actions that require timing and space. Time is in our hands in the world of action. The timing that King Solomon talks about is the following sentences. He says, a season is set for everything, a time for every experience under the heaven, a time for slaying and a time for healing, a time for weeping and a time for laughing, a time for wailing and a time for dancing, a time for silence and a time for speaking, time for loving and time for hating, time for war and time for peace. God brings everything to pass precisely at its time. Thus I realize that the only worthwhile thing there is for them to enjoy themselves and do what is good in their lifetime. Today, we welcome the beginning of something new, marking a new day in a new calendar. This is the time, or as we call it in Hebrew, Zman, to move forward and welcome the new year, a year that holds new opportunities and hope for change and action for good, for once and for all. It might feel like it's taking forever, but we must celebrate every little milestone for a victory towards peace. Usain Bolt, have you heard of Usain Bolt? Yeah, good. He's retired already. He's a Jamaican sprinter, an 8-time Olympic gold champion. And once he said he trained for 4 years. For what? To run for 9 seconds. And people give up when they don't see results in 2 months. We should find motivation in his story that will prevail and achieve peace soon. It is very frustrating when we sometimes feel like we're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Thing about Jewish time called Zman Torah. Our sages said, En mukdam umeochar baTorah. There is literally no early or late in the Torah. Everything happens in the right time, just like the saying, Kol hakeva letova, which means that every obstacle is for good. So even when it feels that things take way longer than needed, there is a positive reason for it. After all, it took us almost a year to kill you know who that I don't even want to mention his name today. What are you going to do to make it a good year? How are you going to use your time for good? Let us welcome the new year, the year of 5,785. But for the ones who don't know, the year we say in Hebrew letters, and the year is Taf Shin Pei Hey. And I hope that going forward with what I'm going to say, please imagine those two last letters. The year of the mouth, the power of the Pei. Pei Hey. The year is here, Po, Pei Hey. And now we must seize the moment. Po with our Pei. Here and now with our mouth. We are the chosen people, and we need to choose to speak up. As the dreidel is still spinning and the war is still going, how do we connect the Po, the here, and there, Israel? Are we here or there? Where do we belong? It feels like there are no more limits to what one can say or do. For us, the Jewish people, this is the time to wake up and understand. We play on one field and one field only with the same dreidel, both in Israel and in the diaspora. We should play with the same letter, Pei. We ought to feel connected to the land of Israel and realize that whatever happens there, the Sham with the Shin, right, affects us everywhere in the world. And as we spin the dreidel, we should wish for Nes Gadol Haya Po. A big miracle will happen here, will happen there, and will happen everywhere. How, you may ask? Can we ask for this big miracle, for this Nes? Simply with our Peh, with our mouth, because we say so. So, because we say so, we create a reality with our powerful words. Just as God created the world 5,785 years ago. Israel needs us, and we need Israel. In essence, Israel really does for us more than we do for Israel. Israel is our spine that helps us walk straight and proud and be strong Jewish people. Especially for our youth, we need to do this. The world needs to hear us, all of us united with one voice. Voice supporting Israel, demanding the release of all the remaining hostages back home, alive and well. Take every opportunity to talk on behalf of Israel. Even if it's just a little story from your last visit, to let people know what an amazing country and amazing people are the people of Israel and the land of Israel. As my daughters were growing up, they always used to ask me why I always talk about Israel and bring it to literally every conversation I have. I guess I was just doing my job, the job that brought me here 25 years ago as an emissary from the Jewish agency. But now I have realized I still manage to connect, to insert Israel to almost every conversation. Why? Because I need it. It keeps me connected. It keeps me connected to home, your home. People in Israel need it as well. They need to know we love and care for them. It is our duty, all of us, to be emissaries for our homeland, Israel. People from all over the world go to Israel to visit. And where do they go? They go to the Wailing Wall to put their little note to ask for whatever they wish for. And outside of Israel, well, we are obligated to create our wall, and it should be a wall that is called the caring wall. We chose to conclude our services today with a song, Am Israel Chai. It was written on October 19, 2023. It has become an anthem for the internal strengthening of the Jewish people in Israel and around the world. Am Israel Chai, the people of Israel live. Let us say it out loud and sing it with all our hearts and all our might. Soon the sun will rise, we will know better days than these. The heart fights, the war is mind. Everyone will return home. We will wait for them downstairs, hoping to know good news. Everyone together, no one is alone. We need to stay united through the ups and downs. And in the hardest hours, knowing that God is looking after us, because the eternal people never fear, even when it's hard to see the good. We're all together. No one is alone. The nation of Israel lives, if we will not forget always to be united. The nation of Israel live, our land is our heritage. Our spirits will not fall now. Around us is an iron dome, and the dove will spread its wings of peace around us. We carry our hope for 2,000 years. We will go out to the streets to sing and dance again. Am Israel Chai, Shana Tova.